Hello, my name is Ali, and I'm a business development and marketing professional. This is part two of the 10-part series where we're exploring ways to help you set up a fashion brand. Today, we're focusing on business models that you can choose from if you're just starting out or if you're trying to be brands to position yourself properly in the industry. So I'll be going through each business model one after the other and then explaining some of the processes that go on behind the scenes to keep them running. If this is your first time here, please watch our first video where I talked about identifying your brand identity first so you know where you stand in the market and also to stay consistent with that brand. Once you do that, you can come back here and watch this one. So in this video, we'll be touching on 5 business models in the fashion industry and how you can apply them depending on where you are in your business. If you're still trapped in the cut and sew cycle, this is a great way to identify how to move up to having a brand that can be most profitable depending on where you are. The first in our lineup is haute couture. Haute couture is oftentimes confused for cut and sew in this part of the world. And by that, I mean Nigeria or West Africa. Certain businesses operate more like tailors and seamstresses who receive fabrics to make certain designs or to replicate designs. And that is not what haute couture is all about. So haute couture focuses on high-end bespoke garments tailored to individual clients. So you have a whole team working to ensure that each part of this garment, each piece is well crafted, oftentimes handcrafted to perfection to meet the client's expectation. And it's grueling, time consuming, and you need real experts there that can provide you with the quality that the clients will be most impressed by. This kind of business model attracts high-earning clientele, people with the money to spend on whole collections that fits their unique style, or if they're going for a particular special event, they go for haute couture houses to have them create these clothes for them, these garments for them. So if you're looking at this business model, it's expensive to have a couture house that has all of the various departments to help you meet your clients' needs. You need to find out what works at what scale you want to start, and you need financial backing in some cases to set up a proper house where you can make the kind of garments. You need training, you need the right kind of skill set and standards to keep producing these items. And each piece, which is handmade and meticulous with attention to detail, requires extensive craftsmanship to ensure that it meets the requirements. The next one lineup is the pret-a-porter, which is ready to wear. This business model involves mass producing certain designs that have been selected, handpicked, with the intention of creating trends. So you find a lot of well-known houses in the world today who oftentimes have collections, seasonal collections. Many of them can be categorized as the ready-to-wear lines, and they have regular releases of collections aligned with what that particular season is all about. So if it's winter, if it's summer, if it's fall, spring, they have collections that align with that season, and they're able to forecast the trends for the next season. If this aligns with you, you need to understand that there's a whole process behind this. You need a well-oiled machine, from the design to the manufacturing and also to the distribution. All of that needs to be factored into running a ready-to-wear company. The next one is fast fashion. This business model emphasizing on quick production cycles. So you need to be responding rapidly to trends. If this is what you want to go for, your focus ideally would be on cost efficiency, economies of scale, to offer affordable fashion at a fast pace. You see brands like Fashion Nova and some others who put out large collections of a variety of pieces. They sell out really fast, and then the manufacturing process is low cost. Sometimes the materials are of low quality, of course, but what do you expect is fast fashion. You find a lot of that here in this part of the world, in Africa, where you have the markets. You go to the markets, you go to the shops and boutiques, and you find a lot of fast fashion pieces there that bear brand names and all of that. I mean, in terms of the piracy side of it, that's a whole other discussion, but fast fashion can be translated into cheap and low quality materials oftentimes. So you find a lot of that in this part of the world. And some environmental enthusiasts will say it's not good for the environment because of the life cycle of these garments. They do not last long, and they end up in the landfills, and you end up throwing them in the trash after a few washes because of how low quality the fabrics are. But that's not the point. If fast fashion is what you want to go for, there's a huge market for it. To keep it sustainable and good for the environment, you might just have to look out for materials that can last a bit longer than what we have currently. So that's fast fashion. The next on our lineup is luxury fashion. So this is a specialization, a business model that focuses on the 1% of the 1%. So if you're taking it steps further from running a couture house to servicing just a specific selection of clientele, you might want to provide them with some of the rarest pieces made from high quality materials and expensive pieces like gold, diamonds, like precious stones, and all manner of rare silks and things like that. So if that's what your specialization is or what you want to do in the industry, then you need to have a keen understanding of where to source these materials from, how to craft them into some of the most durable pieces, because a lot of these items are investment pieces that people keep for generations. So if you want to go into that, then you need to do your research into where you can source the materials, how you can get the clients the service, and then get started. And lastly, we have the direct consumer business model. This is a vertical integration of everything. So if you want complete control over the manufacturing, the design, the distribution, the retail, all of it under one roof, even your marketing and all of that under one roof, then this is the model for you. I mean, the direct to consumer means you don't have any intermediaries. You are not going to send your PCs or your tech parts to China for production. You actually own the factory. You're creating the clothes. You have employees who are working nonstop to make sure that all of your designs meet the demand. So you have constant rollouts. It could be a hybrid of a few others. You could have a product portal and also a direct to consumer line where you're servicing different segments of the market. So if this is a model that aligns for you, you need to understand that it can be quite capital intensive. So you oftentimes need financial backing to get this ready. There are certain global brands that have adopted this method and they've become quite profitable and have grown to be mega brands in the fashion industry. So that concludes this video. I just need to point out that each of the business models that I've covered today require unique strategies in terms of production, distribution, marketing, and customer engagement. So this helps them thrive and to be competitive in the industry. If this is something that you want to learn more about, please DM me about the upcoming fashion masterclass where we'll be covering various steps in a practical manner. How you can apply this information to help you grow a fashion brand from this part of the world. There's a link to our WhatsApp group, so if you join that, you can have first access to some of this information once it drops. I look forward to the next one where we'll be covering another interesting topic. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one.